We in this, let's go! It's the Forgotten Rock, all about boxing. Yeah, we talking about the greats, no stopping. Round and round, add up the weight. And if it's legendary, then count that pound for pound fate. From Muhammad Ali to Frazier, yeah, that's a combo. Hear the crowd roar, watch him swing like a thunderstorm. George Foreman with the grill and the power to take ya. Hit so hard, man, he just might break ya. Tyson with the fury, a beast in the ring. Shakur strategy, the way he makes a swing.
Welcome to another edition of Forgotten Rock with Pete Farrow,
Kenny Rock,
and executive producer Jerry Jerome Jackson, DJ Draws.
Thanks, guys, for coming here today. And we got an exciting episode lined up for today. Today, we're going to talk about the late, great heavyweights of the 80s, and also could they hang today, and some of the important breaking boxing news. First off, let's talk about a little breaking boxing news. First thing we're going to run down is the Floyd Mayweather deal, and more importantly, Virgil Ortiz and Enos Boots Enos. Their fight got held up in Superior Court in Nevada, and the judge gave them the okay to go to an arbitrator. So this means that Virgil and his company can't do anything until the arbitrator is done ruling. And from my own personal experience with arbitrators, that could take a very long time. So Virgil, if you're listening, sit down with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions and get it done so all of us can be treated to a good fight. Thanks. What's up, guys? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you, man?
Just hanging in there, looking forward to talking about the heavyweights today and the heavyweights from yesteryear. Let's start it off. Most people would agree, Jerome, that Ali's the greatest?
Yeah, most people would, but I don't know if I would. I think he's one of the greatest, but I go back to, the innovator, the Hellraiser, Jack Johnson. Let's go back to that brother.
Jack Johnson was something else. And
yeah, he was different.
Kenny Rock, how do you feel about that? Who, your opinion, was the greatest?
Jack Johnson was my all-time favorite. I like to know everything possibly I could learn and know about Jack Johnson.
Yeah, he was something else. But let's say this. Joe Louis held the title almost 25 years, a couple months short. And all these title defenses that he had, and what a great champion. Does he rank up there with Jack Johnson and Muhammad Ali?
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. But Jack Johnson was definitely my all-time favorite because he was brutal with it. He didn't care. He was when black folks were getting lynched
After his fights.
Jack Johnson was that guy. They named the law after Jack Johnson, the Mann Act.
Wow.
Which is what they actually prosecuted Puffy under.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
that's
started
deep.
with
That's deep.
Yeah, that started with Jack Johnson. So, not for nothing, to be black and be traveling with a white woman at that time in America was a big no-no. A big no-no.
Yeah, but didn't he get an official pardon from President Trump? I believe he did.
80 years after his death.
Well, Donald had nothing to do with that.
80 years after his death, and it wasn't one particular white woman.
No.
He married, I believe, 3 or 4 white women, and the thing was, he basically said he used to deal with sisters. He used to deal with black women, but nobody had the patience or, the tolerance that would work with him when he was training, so they would go out and cheat or whatever and belittle him or whatever. So that's how he.
Oh, don't go there, Kenny. Don't go there. We got a sensitive audience. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, brother. You got a sensitive audience. Cause, now you don't remember a whole nother dialogue, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Talk about that off camera.
Yeah.
Kenny and Jerome, being that we've brought up Jack Johnson, we brought up Joe Louis, we brought up Muhammad Ali, my next question, which flows so smoothly out of my mouth, how does Mike Tyson fit up there with those brothers?
Oh, no, Mike Tyson was a beast. I mean, I would say in my top 5, Mike is up there. And I would probably put him at number 4, as top 5 fighters. And he's one of my favorites, too. So, there's Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali. No, Mike's actually number 3. So Mike Tyson.
You have him before Joe Louis?
I have him before Joe Louis.
Why,
about
And
you,
then
Kenny?
Joe Louis would be after Mike Tyson.
why do you have if Joe Louis came before?
Well, I'm gonna
Mike
tell you
Tyson,
why.
so-
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't like the shucking and jiving. I didn't like all that from back in the day. I didn't really appreciate all that.
But that was part of his era, right?
That was part of his era. But let's go back to Jack Johnson. Okay, who was the original renegade?
Right.
He's the original renegade. You got to give it to him.
I definitely give him his props for that.
Yeah,
You got to give him his props.
No,
for that.
no, he was a beast. He was something different.
All right, so we got Mike Tyson, who the late great Eddie Futch said he had the fastest hands with speed and power since Joe Louis.
Yeah.
So we got him up there.
Yeah.
You said 3 or 4.
Yeah, he's number 3.
right.
Joe Louis was number 4.
All right, let's give Louis.
And then I'm gonna give. I mean, maybe because I like him, he's a nice guy. But I like Tim Witherspoon too, so I would put.
You
Tim
like
up
Timmy
there.
Witherspoon?
Yeah, I love Timmy Witherspoon.
I got history with Tim Witherspoon.
Me too.
I'm
No history
going
with
back.
Tim Witherspoon.
You're still the man here.
I
Chad.
knew his trainer.
Right.
His trainer's daughter was best friends with my cousin.
All right. I knew Timmy Witherspoon since 1980. When
Yeah, about
Muhammad
80,
Ali,
80. Yeah, that's what I know.
when Muhammad Ali was training to fight Larry Holmes.
Wow.
Witherspoon was the sparring partner for Muhammad Ali. And you
Yeah.
always heard Don King, terrible Tim, terrible Tim.
Well, he did that before he ripped him off too.
Yeah. Well, I try not to get into people's business, but I'll say this, and Timmy would have to agree with this. When Timmy was 14-0, only 14 fights,
Right.
he got a world title shot with
Yeah.
Larry Holmes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Through Don King.
Yeah.
Why'd he get it so early?
Well, look who he was
Well,
signed
yeah,
with.
right. Who he
Look
was
who he was
signed
signed with. If he was signed with any other promoter,
No, it would've been a
he'd
wrap.
still be waiting for that
Yeah,
title
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you, he made me proud too, because I was in England at the time he fought Frank Bruno.
Wow.
And the Brits were, oh, I learned that. Oh, we love Frank. Oh, Frankie, Frank. Oh, this, Frank, that. I was like, he gonna get his ass whipped. And they were like, no, I'm telling you, because Frank was built and
Yeah,
buffed
yeah,
and
yeah,
cut
And tall?
and tall and just a bruiser of a guy.
And no chin.
No chin.
No chin.
No chin.
No chin.
No chin.
And I was in London when they had that fight, and I had to leave the premises really quick because people, the Brits get really angry. The English get really angry.
Yeah, they get, you
Oh,
saw that when
they
Hagler
lose?
when Hagler beat Minter. You saw that, right? The bottles being thrown into the ring and stuff.
Bro, yeah, I was there. So
They're very
yeah,
supportive of their people.
So, like you said, but that's a good call. Tim Witherspoon. And he was very talented, too.
He was.
Slim Jim Robinson was training him, and they did something very great for that fight.
we're gonna get him and his trainer, Big Country James Thornwell, on the show as well.
Yeah, we look
I'm
forward
in touch
to that.
with him, and
We look forward
We're
to
also
that.
going down to Tim Witherspoon Jr.'s
Jim.
gym. He's got a children's program he's running on Saturdays as well. So we're gonna give him big props and big ups. We're gonna go down there and check him out, and and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, what a great guy, and what a talent he had. But it's this. He did win the title. He lost to Larry. A lot of people thought
Yeah.
he won.
Right.
But he did win the title after that. I believe he beat Tony Tubbs,
Yes,
and he won a
yes.
decision. And then he lost the title to Pinklin Thomas, who was also a very underrated heavyweight champ
Yes.
of the 80s.
Yeah, he was.
So, I have to ask you this, Mr. Kenny Rock.
Yes, sir.
Of all the heavyweights of the 80s that came along, Tyson, Holmes, Page, Witherspoon, Dokes, who did you like the best?
I like Tyson because Tyson was more in my growing up. That's
Your
how I'm more
era.
familiar in my era. That's how I'm more familiar with Tyson. Watching my siblings. I mean, they would be outside. Everybody would be outside, and then we knew Tyson was fighting. We would run inside the house. I'm little, so I'm running behind them, and we run inside the house, and you watch Tyson fight maybe 3 minutes to 5 minutes. And then you go back outside and you talk about that.
It was so
Again,
exciting. So
No.
exciting.
to
Every
fight
fight
again.
he did was exciting.
Exciting. A
Every fight
regular
was
fight
exciting.
for him, everybody stayed home and
Yeah.
watched the Tyson fight.
Even
Yeah.
though it was
On
only a few minutes.
HBO, exactly.
Yeah.
And an objective fact, he won the heavyweight title at 19 years old, and
Yeah.
no other heavyweight has done that.
Right. That's
You know.
right.
And let's not forget the late, great Rocky Marciano, too.
Oh,
49-0, 43 knockouts. I knew his brother Peter Marciano. Great guy, great people. The city of Brockton, Massachusetts, beautiful people. And I'm a big fan of Rocky. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I was a fan of Rocky before I was a friend with Tyson. So I just want to throw that up there. And you got to have Rocky up there in your heavyweight Mount Rushmore.
then I'm gonna have to put him at number 6 then.
How do you know his brother?
At a press conference when Joe Macy fought at Madison Square Garden on the undercard of Kirk Johnson and Vitaly Klitschko.
Wow.
Yeah, Macy fought Monty Barrett, and he won 6 out of 10 rounds, won the fight, and they flew Peter Marciano in for the press conference that week, and I took pictures of him, sent it from him. He sent me a beautiful stamp of Rocky and a thank you letter, and it meant a lot to me. Such a nice guy. And something he said was true. Larry Holmes just didn't understand Rocky Marciano, didn't know him. Was the comment he made about the jockstrap a little over?
Yeah, it was
yeah. Larry, we love you, but you didn't have to do that.
No, that was disrespectful.
Yeah, but Larry's up there too. You know, the great heavyweights that we're talking about today. Let's talk a little bit about Larry Holmes. How many remember Larry Holmes?
I remember Larry Holmes. I remember my older family members talking about how Larry Holmes had that nice, long, lethal jab.
Beautiful jab.
Beautiful jab.
Beautiful jab. Good point. Great jab. He went to 48-0. When he went for the next fight, he lost to Michael Spinks, who we'll
Yeah.
have on the show at some point.
Right.
And he lost to him twice in a row. And that's the way it is. But Larry was a great, great fighter, and everybody agrees with that, right, guys?
I thought he was a great fight, but I was angry at Larry when he beat up Muhammad Ali. He was 1,000 years old. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
Only 38 years old, but yeah.
no, he was 1,000.
Very good. Very good.
Well, 38, but okay.
But he had already taken enough punishment in life, and I just thought that was just so. I thought it was brutal. I didn't think Ali got the respect he should have gotten with that fight that Larry Holmes, because he beat him. I mean, he beat him mercilessly. I didn't like
Well,
that.
let me ask you a question. Why did Ali's people let him take that fight?
Greed, of course. I mean, of course, it's always money. I mean, money's always a deciding factor. But I mean,
Herbert Muhammad was taking 40% of Ali's
yeah, that's
payroll.
crazy.
You're supposed to take 15% if you're the manager,
Right,
not 40.
not 40. Yeah.
You know, so
I think that like y'all said, I think it probably was a money grab or whatever. And then also, didn't Larry Holmes cry while he was beating him? Wasn't he crying?
Yeah, he was upset.
yeah,
He
the
was
check
upset.
bounce.
Yeah, he
No
was upset.
joking.
Yeah, from everybody. When I watch old interviews, they basically say that as he was beating him, he was looking in the corner like,
Like, stop this.
like stop this.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in those times, I'm thinking during that time that was like when they had the 15 rounds as opposed to 12 rounds, right? So it was much more brutal. Now you get hit and you get cut, and it opens up like a Mexican. Let's stop the fight.
Yeah,
We stop it. Back then, they let
No,
a
you
person
go,
knock
you
a, knock
go,
a
man.
nose off.
You go. You know,
go.
that's, they don't care how injured you are. This fight is going to continue.
Right,
You know,
right.
and that's pretty much what happened until Angelo Dundee, in his divine wisdom, said, "I'm stopping the fight," and he
Yeah.
did that, and
Yeah.
rightfully so. And it's just a sad way for Ali to go out. I know he fought after that. He fought Trevor Berbick, and that was just another nightmare kind of a fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some people don't know when to walk away. But Pete, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
How did Spinks manage to beat Holmes?
I mean, Spinks. Oh, Michael Spinks.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at
I
that fight,
don't put Spinks on the same level as Holmes.
Right. Well, let me explain that to you. I talked to Harold Letterman about this, and he was correct. He was one of the people that scored the fight for Spinks.
Right.
Listen to what he says, and then watch the fight, and it's true. Larry was throwing one punch at a time. Michael Spinks was throwing 3 and 4 punches, and then
Combos.
getting out of there.
Right.
Beautiful. I didn't even know he boxed that good. I even
Right.
told him that when we get together. I was like, I didn't know you were that good of a boxer. And certainly in and out, side to side. Larry was the older heavyweight, throwing one jab at a time. The first fight, he didn't throw that many right hands. Spinks was throwing 3 or 4 punches and getting out of there. And he won the decision.
Okay, so that's fair.
You know, that's the truth. That's the wisdom of that fight. Larry thought it was going to be an easy fight, easy payday, knock him out maybe in 3 or 4 rounds, and that was that. No, Michael Spinks trained for a 15-round fight, and again, combinations, 3 and 4 punches at a time, won the fight.
I got to go off track a minute
Go ahead.
for a bit. But it's going to still stay within boxing.
The realm of boxing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
This is Mr. DJ Drawls, by the way, very popular in
Yes,
the
sir.
tri-state area. Great guy, and a
Jackson.
knowledgeable boxing guy, and also a great guy. Known him
Listen,
many years.
Yeah, we you know,
Go back.
funny that me and you were
We
sitting
got
there
some
together.
history.
Yeah,
Talking about
yeah.
35, 40 years, but go ahead.
The
Jeff.
last time we were sitting like this, we were on a train moving thousands of people.
Exactly.
But
Well, we're definitely on the move.
we're definitely on the move. Listen, I saw a clip. I didn't see the whole fight of the females. What's her name?
Shields?
No, not Shields. Just the other
Layla
day.
Ali.
No, just
I can't think of the name.
yeah, you know the white girl knocked the black girl. Oh my God, I can't think of her name.
I didn't watch it. I didn't get to see
I
it.
just saw the
I can't
clips.
say to even come up with the names.
I just
right
saw
now.
the clips of it, and she hit her. She knocked her out like it was
Like Ann Wolfe would do?
Like no, it was like Apollo Creed and like he fell in Rocky with
Drago.
Drago, right?
Drago.
Wow, man.
I need to look that up. But this girl hit this girl so hard, bro. Listen, we need to start focusing on some women fighters as well because
The women might need to fight the men.
this girl hit her so hard, bro. Listen, man. I mean, the way she fell, it was just on last night. I don't know. I gotta say. And also too, I want to talk about that's going back in history, but Nigel Ben
Wow.
when he fought
General McCullough.
McCullough.
What
Yeah.
weight
And his
class was that? What
sisters-
weight class was that?
That was 150.
Yeah, 150, yeah.
That's what's that? That's
Middleweight
yeah.
fight, and it was a tragedy.
Yeah, and his sister has a new.
Watch the clip of that fight, though.
Yeah.
I thought that Nigel Benn was giving a long count when he got knocked down by McCullough early in the fight. If they would have stopped it when they're supposed to stop it, there'd be no tragedy.
Yeah,
But the
right.
fight was in
You're right.
his hometown.
It wouldn't be.
They let him
Give him leeway.
get up.
Give
You
him
know,
leeway.
1, are you okay? 2, you sure? 3, you got to get up. 4, the sponsors want you to get up. 5, please get up. The promoter wants to get up. 6, 7, 8, and then he got up.
7, 8. Yo, we bet on this fight.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We bet on you. Everybody got a rig for you to win.
Yeah. You want your son to get a contract? 9.
Jackie,
You know,
was
you
it
hit
Jackie?
and that's what happened.
What's this female?
Wow.
They made a comment this week that Conor Benn, who was Nigel's son,
Oh, yeah,
another fighter said, wait a minute. The only reason you're getting all this props and all
'Cause
this
your
juice
father.
because of your dad.
Yeah. You don't think he's a good fighter?
He's okay.
He's
He has
all
yet to
right.
prove himself. Where's
Right,
the test?
right. He
That's
hasn't
the
proved
trouble with
himself.
boxing
He hasn't proved
nowadays. A
himself.
lot of these guys are saying they're great.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to
Tank
prove yourself.
Davis, Shakur Stevenson, they've only had maybe one test. Ali, Spinks, all of them had many tests. Holmes,
Yeah.
many tests.
And they had to fight much. They had to fight 3 longer rounds, and they had to fight more brutal. They didn't get a scratch
and they had
or
to
a
fight
stab.
more often. Exactly.
They did fight more often. That is true.
Where's the test?
Yeah, right.
You know, everybody's talking about how great they are, but I have yet to see the test. Have to
Well,
see
we know Tank Davis good. He's great in fighting charges. You know, he can fight charges.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. He's hitting girls pretty well.
Yeah, right. He did them pretty well. So you know.
Let me ask you, Pete, why you think they didn't let Tyson fight Douglas again after he fought the warm-up fight to get back on his feet after losing to Douglas? Why didn't they let him fight Douglas again before he ended up going to jail or whatever, or even after he came out of jail?
Because Evander Holyfield was the number 1 contender. He
Right.
was behind main events who were very powerful at that time.
Right.
And they were not having Evander wait any longer. He was going to fight the winner of that fight. They never thought it was going to be Buster Douglas, but he was going to fight the winner of that fight.
And he washed Buster Douglas.
He lost to Buster
Yeah.
Douglas, and remember Buster Douglas fought Evander Holyfield next.
Right.
And Buster Douglas looked horrible that
Yeah,
night.
that's what.
Why in the world would you come in so out of shape?
Yeah.
Not focused.
No.
And I don't just mean weight. I mean mentally prepared, ready to, do work. He wasn't there.
The fighter I was talking about, was Jade Jones.
Jay Jones.
Jade Jones knocked this girl Egypt Chris out with such precision. I mean, it was. I mean, I love Clarissa Shields. I even love Layla Ali. You know, there's a couple other ones I like. You know, but this girl Jade Jones is something to watch. And we need to post a clip of Jade Jones,
How
her
old is
last
she?
fight.
She's showing some really nice ring generalship, Todd.
And she's starting to come around the guard at times with the left hand as well, not just showing it down the middle. Here comes the backhand hook.
Looks like some bruising on the arm, so Jay, she just clubbed.
Nice! You knocked out of the air! It's just home from Jay Jones in her Misfits debut! Incredible!
The way she hit her, bro.
I'm a big fan of Clarissa Shields.
Me too.
Her manager, Mark Taffet, is a friend of mine. We share the same birthday.
Nice.
And he's doing a wonderful job with her, and she's very talented.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see her being unbeaten in the realm of boxing for a very long time. So
But now she done found her sexy side too.
Yeah.
She found her Papoose. People talk about Papoose, but Papoose is the reason why she's
sex appeal.
extended her whole brand and got the sex appeal, getting contracts, promotional deals.
let's go back a second.
Okay.
All right. We're talking about Clarissa Shields. She had a little beef about 2 or 3 months ago with Layla Ali.
Oh,
If they're both in their prime and their peak, who would you have taken?
Carissa.
Really? Why?
Yeah, Carissa. I mean, and I love Layla. I love Layla, but Layla was. I don't think Layla was that great a fighter because of her namesake. I think her namesake carried her more than her skills.
Wow.
I didn't think she was.
Somebody else, Clarissa Shields said that. She
Yeah, I
said
didn't
that-
think she was that great of a fighter. But she had a couple of good punches or whatever, but I didn't see her. Clarissa's the whole package.
Right. Clarissa, to me, is right up there.
I wouldn't even want her to punch me.
Nah.
You know?
Well, I mean, athletically, I think Clarissa is the whole package.
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? She doesn't have to ride on anybody's name.
No.
She's winning. She's
Right.
beating capable opponents.
Right.
She's being brought along the right way. She's already where she wants to be, and she'll continue down that path. Layla, to me, I'll tell you the little story Manny Stewart said. Manny wanted to promote Layla fighting Ann Wolfe.
That's what.
And
Oh, took the words right out my mouth.
Layla's
Layla
people
would not fight her.
Yeah. Layla's people told her, we're really not trying to go there. Now, if you're supposed to be a world champion, you're supposed to fight anybody. You know, you're the daughter of
Well, see, I didn't want to go there.
I got ready to go there. He
Yeah.
went there for me. Ann Wolfe was a killer.
Yeah.
Ann Wolfe was a wolf.
Well, that wolf was
A hungry wolf.
a real hungry wolf.
And they wanted to do it, but Layla's
But Layla-
people said no.
mm-mm,
So
they
what does
didn't
that
want
tell?
it.
What does that tell you, though?
So that tells you a lot about her as a supposed champ.
So let's get back to today then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's say Tank Davis. He's been around now undefeated. When is he going to fight Shakur Stevenson? When is he going to fight
I don't
somebody?
think he is.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
think he is.
that's the test.
I think he's outmatched, and I think he's outclassed, and I think also, that he's in a shitload of trouble, bro, and it's going to be a minute, and it might affect his conditioning. It might affect a lot of things, his prime, everything. I mean, he's in a shitload of trouble right now.
I see him fighting these people y'all just mentioned. I just don't see it happening right now.
I don't
He is in a
think so.
shitload of trouble, but
Yeah, he in a
I
shitload of
actually
trouble.
see it happen. I just don't see it happening right now. I mean, another year or two. I don't think he's gonna be in trouble long. What's his charges again?
Well, the charges that he attempted this and
Yeah.
assault and assault with because he's a fighter, assault with his fist, and
Right, so
deadly
that's
weapon.
deadly weapon.
Right, I'll say this though, but there's nothing that he can't buy his way out.
Exactly.
I give you $2 million, you drop the charges. The girl's probably poor to begin with because she's working at a bar or
But
something.
now, what if the state picks up the charges?
Yeah, that can.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Suppose like the states picks up the charges and the girl refuses to testify. Can they still go forward?
They can go for it.
How was that?
They already got her information.
Okay.
Already got
yeah,
everything, her testimony. Already.
Well,
okay.
then how can she be cross-examined though? That's the part.
Well,
I don't
she
understand.
can't be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, right.
But if you got a DA who's got a hard on and wants to, put someone away, then that's a major thing.
I mean, he's really taking a good career and just throwing it.
Yeah, he's crazy. I don't understand it. I
Throwing it
mean,
away. It's kind of it's.
when you got the world by the cojones, man, you don't less you make your grip lessen. Lessen your grip.
Well, let's say this. Let's say he's not in trouble and he fights Shakur Stevenson. Gentlemen, who would you put your money on?
Shakur.
I would put my money on. I would put my money on him because he has those one punches that'll knock you out cold if he's able to land them. So I would really go with him.
But an objective fact, he had a
Discipline.
draw with that Roach.
With Roach, and Roach should have won that fight, but Roach is the less known fighter, so they gave it to him. That fight could have went either way, but in my opinion, I think Roach won that fight.
Yeah,
I think
Mr.
Roach won
Ken-
that fight,
Mr.
but they
Ken
gave
Rock.
it to the most
Then
established notable fighter.
Well, let me say this then. Who do you think is more talented, Roach or Shakur Stevenson?
that's my question.
I got Stevenson.
Me too.
Yeah. So
I have Roach because Roach is a young lion and Roach is hungry and Shakur is complacent and comfortable.
Oh no.
he does
No,
not have.
look how he looked the last 2 fights ago.
Respectfully, Mr. Rock. No. I don't think Roach. Matter of fact, I know he doesn't have the skill set Shakur Stevenson has. I think that
And I don't think Shakur is complacent at all.
Yeah,
He's disciplined.
Yeah, I think he's
Did you see?
one of the number one fighters in the world right now.
Did you
Shakur
see
Stevenson.
his fight a couple of fights ago? I think it was like 2-3 fights ago. How he looked? I can't recall.
The fights were boring.
Okay.
Okay, I would give him. I would say that
Yeah,
they were
right.
boring.
Right.
It was nothing that you be like, oh god.
But he
okay.
showed his own package when he fought Teofimo Lopez. He
Right,
really
there you go.
dominated. And Teofimo
There you
supposed
go.
to be, one of the better fighters
Correct.
in the world. And he completely dominated him.
To
Completely.
be almost,
And he dominated him worse than Roach dominated against
Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Tank hasn't been fighting either. I mean,
Right, that's another thing.
He's been out of the ring now a year.
oh yeah.
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 The last fight was
March 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
At the
to
Barclays Center.
who was the gentleman he fought?
Roach.
Yeah.
Roach fought Tank.
Okay. Wow, that was March.
Yeah, it was March 1st.
Wow, time flies.
Well, remember we went to that hilarious press conference with
The Tank and Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul. That was
That was a
hilarious.
fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
That's
fiasco.
fiasco.
That was a
Yeah.
fiasco.
And I like what Jake Paul's doing for women's boxing. He had an all-female card at MSG.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's
to me.
amazing.
That's
Not
something
that happens all the time.
No. So I give him props, but Jake Paul's not a fighter, and but he's making a mockery of the sport.
Yeah. Well, he's making a mockery, but he's making do with what he got. He's doing very well that way.
Oh no,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
a doubt,
yeah.
without a doubt, without a doubt.
He's definitely building the building blocks and doing what he can do with female boxing.
Oh, absolutely, he's
But
definitely there.
You guys, I'll say this also though: if he were to stop boxing, and I think that his training has slowed down a little bit because of his loss to Anthony Joshua,
Right.
Oh, that
kinda
was
shows
brutal.
that,
That was
he
brutal.
can't really fight. All right,
No, he can't
I was
fight.
there. He can't fight.
No,
He's
at
an
all.
entertainer.
Right, that's all it is. And now that you lost, and it's kind of, the world sees that you can't fight.
At all.
There's no mystery anymore. Yeah, you beat Tyson, but were you giving money? Was Mike giving money not to knock him out?
That's like putting Michael Jackson's moonwalk against one of the original B-boys.
Exactly.
Or Usher or somebody.
Yeah,
Usher or
Totally.
Chris Brown.
exactly.
totally different. But I will say, in the big scheme of things, it just shows you that there's money out here.
Oh yeah.
All you have to have is a gimmick nowadays.
Well, let's look
In
at
a
Jake
lane.
Paul.
In a lane.
Exactly. Jake Paul had the gimmick in the lane.
Right.
40 years ago,
Right.
Sylvester Stallone took boxing to the movie realm.
50,
And-
killed
50,
it.
50.
And,
Filthy, yeah.
and he's made more than $1 billion with the Rocky franchise. He had the lane.
Yeah,
he had
45
the idea.
years ago.
Yeah, because it's still his movies are always the same.
Yeah.
A really tough fight,
Yeah.
and somehow him or Creed wins at the end.
Right. And then they got a message at the end
Yeah.
where he's talking to everybody.
I didn't think I thought I was gonna die.
But that movie, and I don't know how true it is, because he told me this out of his own mouth. I've got the video for it. Timmy Witherspoon said that's his story.
But wait a minute, didn't
Chuck Wepner's story.
Chuck? No, I went
but-
to see the Chuck Wepner movie. I ran to go see it at a
Listen.
theater. It is an indie movie. It was in the theater for about
2 weeks.
about a week and a half, and I went and I got there and it was no seats available. And I had to
Because I thought it was Chuck
Tab to
Webber's story
another-
too.
movie
But,
theater.
but if you really check it out, let me listen. Now, hear what I have to say.
It is.
Chuck Wepner, who was not ranked at the time,
Right.
fought the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
Right, which is crazy.
All right, now watch. They had trouble selling out the arena, but Ali needed a break. He had just fought Foreman, and right before that, he fought Frazier. He needed a break.
Right.
So he
Needed a
takes
journeyman.
this fight to take a journeyman,
Right.
and he signs to fight Chuck Wepner, who has never, until he fought Ali, never had a full training camp, never went away from his daily job. And when the fight got going, you were wondering, how far could this guy go
Right.
with the greatest fighter that ever lived? You took a normal man, an ordinary man. Could he go the full distance with the greatest fighter that ever lived?
And
He
did.
knocked Ali down
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the sixth round. He stepped on his foot, but it was still counted as a knockdown.
Yeah.
And now you're really wondering, can he go the distance? And the whole crowd at the fight, crowds pick up on things.
Yeah, of course.
They were cheering for Chuck.
Yeah.
Can he go the distance?
Yeah.
Not can he win. He's not going to win a round in the fight. Maybe the round he knocked him down in, he won.
That's it.
All the other rounds was completely Ali, and you're cheering for him just to go the distance.
Well, that's like my favorite boxing movie, Raging Bull.
But Jake was the champion. It was a little
No,
he
but
beat
it was
him.
different, though.
But let's go back to this movie for a second.
Okay,
He
good.
goes the distance.
Bloody
Right.
and cut
Right.
up.
It was 45 seconds left from being the full, but he made
Right.
it to round 15, which is more than anybody thought he would.
Right,
They didn't
right.
think he'd go to the sixth round. He made it to round 15. Just through exhaustion, he gets stopped. But he tried his heart out. The night before the fight, he was in bed with his wife, and this went right to the movie. Right from the movie Rocky, they copied it. He says to his wife, right before the fight, I can't win this fight. What am I doing fighting this guy? This is the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Right.
Why am I fighting him tomorrow? But through courage and self-belief, he wanted to show the world he wasn't a bum. And he wasn't.
He definitely wasn't.
And
he,
I know
and he
Chuck
made the history
wasn't.
books.
And he made the history books.
And that was his biggest payday, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was offered 3% of Rocky's continual earnings, or he was given like $50,000. He took the $50,000. Could you imagine if that man would have just signed the
do
thing,
that?
like to take the $3 million? He'd be a multi-millionaire.
Multi-millionaire.
He'd have to fight to go to the bank every day.
Yeah,
if he
definitely
go
would.
the
Why would he
distance
do
with the
that?
tellers,
He
like-
didn't know. He didn't know any better.
Yeah, that's true. And then later again, he sued Rocky, and I believe they settled out of court for $5 million with Sylvester Stallone
Because he
He's a-
came to the set of I think he came to the set of Copland.
You're
The
right.
set of Copland or something like that, and he was just being very accusatory, like, "Oh, you took my story." Like he was chasing. Well, he knew Stallone, but he was
Right.
chasing him as Stallone's career was progressing. And then after, you know what I mean, watching the series of Rocky movies or whatever, he kept coming to him and saying that he owed him.
Well, it's a funny story with
What
that,
a-
with just a bit of Chuck's history.
Movie.
When Chuck went to see the movie Rocky without saying anything, as he's sitting in the movie theater, the crowd yelling out, Chuck, 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 because that's his movie.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
What I'm
He
saying? That's his
auditioned for the movie too.
It's
Right.
Yeah. Well, they were going to give him a small part in Rocky 2, but he turned it down or didn't take it or whatever. But great guy. I know Chuck. I know his wife Linda. He was born on February 26, 1943 or something. Great guy. And a little trivia about Chuck. He also fought Charles Sonny Liston in Liston's last professional fight before he died.
Wow.
and he went the distance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they,
I didn't know that.
they asked him, and he took like 50 stitches to the face.
Ooh.
After the fight, they said to Liston, "Is Chuck the bravest guy you ever fought?" And Liston said, "No, his manager is." Classic Liston. line.
Nice.
And a couple other things. In his third professional fight, George Foreman fought Sonny Liston. And that's what
Nobody ever talks about that.
Chuck
Yeah,
Wepner.
right, yeah, right.
Third
Right.
professional fight.
Right.
And
He is hurt.
and
Listen.
also Chuck Wepner at Shea Stadium fought Andre the Giant. So in the Rocky III movie, when Rocky Balboa fought Hulk Hogan,
Hogan.
Thunder Lips, that's where they got that from.
Wow.
And I had to ask Chuck. I said,
Ah.
could Andre the Giant beat the guys that you fought in boxing? Like, could he beat Liston, Foreman, or Ali? And he said, Andre the Giant is just too big for any of those guys
Right.
to beat.
Right.
That was his exact answer to me.
He's humongous, man. He was humongous.
What was his height? Like, what, 7 feet?
No,
No, Andre the Giant in real life, he was not 7 feet.
No.
He was 6'9" and a half.
Yeah, right.
They billed him as 7'4" because at the time Abdul-Jabbar was 7'1".
Right.
Oh,
And
so they
as
gotta
publicity, they wanted him to be the biggest guy in the world, so they said 7'4".
But mass-wise, he was just humongous.
Oh yeah, he was on the set of Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
And when you see them together, you see that he is not as tall as Wilt Chamberlain.
Right.
But he's very massive.
Right. He's a big guy.
Nobody's going to beat him.
No,
You know
no.
what I mean? So
No.
Bruce Lee's not going to beat him.
No.
Ali's not going to beat him. The guys now from MMA or whatever, he's just too big. Period. So guys, it was a great show today.
Yeah,
It was
I
nice
enjoyed it.
having Jerry Jerome Jackson with us, DJ Draws, who's known throughout the tri-state area. My man, Mr. Kenny Rock, who's just a wonderful guy, very knowledgeable on boxing and a fun guy to be with. And Pete Farrow himself here on the show today.
I want to give a shout out to our branding sponsors, branding partners and sponsors, Diva Buich with Terrene Bascom out in Bermuda and New York.
Love Bermuda.
Also, we want to give a shout out to Brawlers Ball and Pete Yates out in Virginia Beach.
You're the great guys down there.
And they got
exciting
something.
Boxing.
Sorry, they got something going on March 28th this month. So you want to see some good fighting and some good stuff? Go on down there and support Brawlers Ball. We also want to give a shout out to We Dream TV, which is the studios that we're shooting this in, and Sean Real Time Davis
Great
for
guy.
making this possible.
Thank you, Sean.
We got nothing but love for you, brother. So when we rise, you rise. And if you want your brand to be sponsored, or you want to sponsor the show and even invest in it, we'll get you the pitch deck. But we're looking for real people, real fans who want to do something positive behind the scenes and push this forward. Because
Exactly.
it's something we really believe in. I drive 2.5 hours each time I come out here to do this. So I really believe in it. You know, the Belt Parkway, the Verrazano Bridge, the Gothels, all that.
Exactly.
So,
My man comes, a long
You
way
know,
away to get here. So
exactly. So we're really serious about this. We want your feedback. And also, too, while I'm thinking about it, the first 10 people to subscribe and leave feedback on the channel, our YouTube channel, you're going to get a giveaway. We're going to give you either the key fob, the T-shirt, and a hat. Or a hat. Or something. Okay?
do something.
So make sure, and you can even, you know what? You can even comment on my DJ Draws Facebook or Instagram page as well.
Let's get a shout out.
Give us a shout out, and we'll make sure, but we're going to send you something. You're going to pay for the postage, so we'll send you something, all right?
Remember that. Thank you.
Got nothing but love for you. Thanks for tuning in.
Increase the peace.
Later.
We in this, let's go! It's the forgotten rock, all about boxing. Yeah, we talking about the greats, no stopping. Round and round, add up the weight. And if it's legendary, then count that pound for pound. fade. From Muhammad Ali to Frazier, yeah, that's a combo. Hear the crowd roar, watch him swing like a thunderstorm. George Foreman with the grill and the power to take ya. Hit so hard, man, he just might break ya. Tyson with the fury, a beast in the ring. Shakur strategy, the way he makes him swing.